Can you spot the vehicle in this video? It's definitely there, and if you can't see it, you just need to look a little bit harder. Believe it or not, it's this flower pot right here. This weird vehicle is called the RC camera, and it's actually a flower pot that you can drive, which was originally intended to be used on a casino heist mission to spy on casino guards and gather intel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing several of the rarest GTA vehicles. Some of them you actually can obtain, and I'm going to be telling you how to do that. And if you're wondering how to get this vehicle, well, everyone's copy of GTA San Andreas actually has this vehicle within it. Even your old PlayStation 2 copy from the early 2000s. But you can't actually get it without the use of mods. Did you know that in Vice City you can actually get a bulletproof car really early on in the game, and very easily? The first thing you really want to do is try and earn $6,000 at the start of the game by doing various hidden packages or side missions. You're going to want to try and purchase the safe house for $6,000 near the Leaf Links Golf Club. Then eventually you're going to unlock a mission called Guardian Angels. You can actually steal his Admiral vehicle right there on the spot. This vehicle is completely bulletproof. You now have a bulletproof Admiral in GTA Vice City at the very beginning of the game. But there's an even rarer vehicle in Vice City stories that can only be accessed in a mission. You see, the thing is, it's technically not a vehicle and instead a remote controlled vehicle, or shall we say a robot, because we're talking about Domestabot, a remote controlled robot that we get access to in one mission, where we then have to control the robot and navigate through a mansion, completing various household tasks such as delivering food and, just doing a little bit of toilet cleaning. However, if you were to use a cheat menu and dig into the game files, you can indeed spawn this vehicle, which makes this vehicle technically impossible to get and one of the rarest vehicles in the entire franchise unless you're using mods. So in Liberty City stories, you frequently see helicopters being teased but never actually get to use them. However, there is one or two secret ways that you can actually get the helicopter. During the mission Calm Before the Storm, you're instructed to follow a helicopter which will eventually land on a rooftop. Instead of going to the objective marker, if you jump onto the train tracks and follow it round, and jump on the roof like you're seeing on your screen right here, you can actually obtain this vehicle. But first of all, you have to be really careful not to trigger the NPCs, so you want to follow the route that I'm taking on the screen. From here, you can then enter the helicopter and fly it to your heart's content. So you've probably heard of the Andromeda, or the Andromeda. It's one of the most famous inaccessible vehicles in the GTA series. This plane is found during the mission Stowaway, where the game teases you this massive cargo aircraft by instructing you to drive your bike into the back and get aboard. The plane is technically unobtainable in GTA San Andreas as it's exclusive to one mission, and it was clearly never meant to be flown because it doesn't even have working doors. CJ just clips straight through the side to enter the plane. You can actually start the Stowaway mission with a minigun in your hand and blow up the plane before it takes off. You then need to get a Rhino tank to push the wreckage into the hangar. Far easier said than done, however, as the plane will despawn upon entering the hangar 90% of the time. But I've heard countless stories on Reddit and on the GTA forums that using this method to obtain this aircraft can take up to 4 hours to complete. But there's more than just a handful of secret vehicles in GTA San Andreas. During the mission Are You Going to San Fierro, you can actually steal the Truth's Flower Power camper van. And the way you do this is by starting the mission, you're then going to be instructed to burn down a load of plants on the farm, which we can't say what they really are because we'll get demonetized. But anyway, once you've managed to burn all of the plants, the Truth will then come out in his camper van and instruct you to shoot down a police helicopter. Once you've managed to shoot down the police helicopter, you're then instructed to get into the camper van and go with the Truth all the way to San Fierro. However, at this point in time, if you walk up to the windshield of the Truth's van, get a gun out and unalive him, shall we say, you're actually then able to take the camper van, take it back to a garage, which at the time, if you haven't purchased any safe houses, the nearest one will be all the way over in Los Santos. But if you can manage to bear that, you'll be able to actually store this vehicle inside a garage and keep it for yourself. Now, this livery of the flowers is inaccessible for any vehicles across the entire game besides this, so I would highly recommend you do this at some point in the game. It's time to show you something back in GTA 3, and this one's pretty disturbing. In GTA 3, there's a mission called Dead Skunk in the Trunk. It's a mission where you've got to go and get a car with a person's body in the boot and take it to a car crusher to have the evidence disposed of. But if you decide to take the vehicle to your own garage and fail the mission, you'll be able to keep the vehicle and use it as you wish. But if you pop the trunk in the back by damaging the vehicle, well, just take a look right here. It's pretty disturbing. So let's move on to a vehicle that you can obtain. It's called the Splits 6 ATV from GTA Vice City Stories. So what's so special about this vehicle? Well, it has the ability to drive on both land and float in the water, making it a multi-traversable vehicle. It's also never found on any missions or free roam and can only be purchased from a safe house. The only downside about this vehicle is that it's incredibly slow. So slow that you'll probably end up not using it because of how boring it is to try and travel anywhere in this thing. But it's a pretty rare vehicle in the GTA series nonetheless. The rare taxis. These are rewards given to you for completing 100 taxi fares across a variety of different GTA games. The GTA 3 has this really interesting version with spikes from the front and rear bumpers. In Vice City, you'll unlock this zebra taxi and the ability to do bunny hops in the vehicle by pressing the horn button. And in Liberty City Stories, it allows you to unlock this really awesome, weird looking version here that's orange with racing stripes down the side. But if you want to obtain any of these taxis you've just seen, all you need to do is complete 100 taxi fares across the 3D games. If you ever played Grand Theft Auto: The Ballad of Gay Tony online, you'll probably recognize this vehicle right here. One of the coolest vehicles in the entire GTA series, and by far the coolest police vehicle there is. This is the Police Stinger. The Police Stinger is a high-performance 4-door police car available only during the multiplayer lobbies of The Ballad of Gay Tony. What's really cool about this is that it has this pearlescent purple paint job to it, and if you drive into the sunshine it will appear more petrol-coloured or pink. It's also by far the fastest police vehicle in the entire game. And it's such a shame that this vehicle never made a return in the future GTA titles. However, if we're talking about single player only, unfortunately this vehicle is extremely elusive and there's absolutely no way to unlock it in single player. Let me know down below if you guys remember using this vehicle online. The FBI van and the SWAT truck. These two vehicles are in everyone's copies of GTA San Andreas, but one of them is technically impossible to get. The SWAT tank can only be found in the very final mission end of the line before you smash down Big Smoke's palace wall. However, you can take the vehicle during this mission back to your garage and fail the mission in order to keep it. The rarest of the two vehicles, however, is this FBI van right here. The Brady Games strategy guide even shows this thing coming with a mounted turret on the roof, but in the final version, unfortunately this gun is nowhere to be seen. This vehicle is within the game files and was supposed to spawn on a mission given by The Truth titled The Truth Is Out There. At some point while you've been playing GTA 5, you've probably seen or heard about the Rusty Tractor. Now, in single player, this vehicle can be found pretty easily. However, this is actually one of the rarest vehicles in GTA Online. In order to unlock this, you need to play the Arena War in GTA Online and reach sponsorship level 500. Someone managed to do the math and calculated that it would take close to 3,000 hours of constant playing in order to unlock this vehicle. Several months if you were just spinning the wheel over and over again and boosting with your friends in order to boost your rank. So when it comes to the rarest vehicles in GTA Online that you can actually earn and obtain through legitimate methods, well, if you have around a year worth of playing time spare and you're willing to try and grind for it, then congratulations, because you can unlock a Rusty Tractor. If you enjoyed this video and want to see even more, because there's plenty of secret vehicles, then let me know down below. And I'll see you guys in another video. Adios.